This is Just Being Me Speaks, coming to you today with a video with new details on the unaliving of Miss Shanquella Robinson. First off, I would like to start off by saying my condolences to her family. You are most definitely in my prayers. My heart goes out to her mother, her father, her sister, and everyone that was truly, truly close to her. My heart goes out to you. Um, I decided to kind of do a video on the story of Miss Shanquella Robinson due to because it touched my heart. It touched my heart. Um, it 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 it's really really troubling and disturbing, especially for someone that have children. Um, so as a mother, I can't even imagine what her mother is going through and feeling at this time. Um, and just with all the different things coming about, the cause of death, the different reports, the so-called friends, just everything as a whole, just being, something that I'm sorry, something that you would never ever imagine happening, and it's really really disturbing that she lost her life this way. Now, if anyone is not familiar with the story I'm speaking of, I am speaking of 25-year-old Shaquilla Robinson that lost her life in Cabo last month while vacationing with some friends and celebrating a birthday. Um, but before I dig or go any further, if I could please get everyone, I'm sorry, to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I would definitely love feedback. I would definitely love the feedback. Any comments on, you know, the topic. Um, everyone from watching from the replay crew, please thumbs up the video, subscribe, and I'll keep coming with more and more content in reference to this until we finally get justice for Shanquella Robinson. So I did reach out to the North Carolina Beats because I found that his information has been the most factual information thus far. He is in close contact with the family, so he has been phenomenal on this case. And I want to say shout out to him and his crew for staying on top of this, from being assured that Miss Shanquilla has been her name. We're not going to let it go. Letting it be known that this is not something like any other situation where we talk about it for a second and then it gets old and it's on to the next hot topic. We're going to keep her name alive until justice is served. So, kind of giving a backstory again, she went vacationing with some friends who she thought were friends. One, supposedly one of her best friends, to celebrate Dejanay, which, if you've seen the previous videos, the one that was seen in the video attacking her. It was her birthday. They were there to celebrate. If you've also seen in previous videos, it looks as though she was, happy to be there. She was having fun, engaging. It didn't seem to be any type of tension brewing on her part. But, who knows what clearly other people were plotting or planning against her, because later we saw the video of her being attacked brutally. So, as you know, of course, it first came out with the friend stated that he witnessed her what they thought to be alcohol poisoning, even called her parents, saying she's not going to be able to call you or talk to you because right now she has alcohol poisoning. She's not feeling well, but she's laying down. She'll be fine. Yada, yada, yada. Later, we find out that he called again, stated they had medical staff that was coming over to help because she appeared to be non responsive. He then later called and stated that they wasn't able to revive her. So it was like bam, bam, bam. Like, what's going on? All of this from alcohol poisoning. So they later, or the very next day, they cut their whole trip short and returned home the very next day. Um, I know there's been reports that they stole her money, and which come to find out that supposedly isn't true. Which at this point it doesn't even matter. I mean, it matters, but then it doesn't matter. Um, but they returned home. To me, I understand like what more can you do at this point, but the mere fact that not only did you leave her there, you returned home with her luggage, went to her parents' house, delivered her luggage, steady going on with this story of her, having alcohol poisoning and, this, that, and the other, failing to mention, even after the sister asked, um, had she been into some type of altercation, because word had gotten back to the sister that it was an altercation that took place. They denied the altercation. They came there several days. Um, I want to say Nazir's mother came with him on one occasion. Don't quote me on which friend's mother was there. I'm sorry. But I also heard that Winter and Dejanay as well visit the home with the parents. And then up popped the autopsy that showed and proved that her cause of unaliving was due to a neck and a spinal injury. So guess what happens then? They're gone. I mean, no more, you know, coming over there to comfort the mother, which I, for one, don't see how you were able to look this lady and her father, in the face, knowing that you knew what had taken place. Even if it was a situation where, for some reason, something happened, things went left, and it went too far, and it was an accident that it went that. I don't know, something, because to me, it's no way you can sit up here and tell me that someone that you went there with, that at some point had communications back home in Charlotte and this, that, and the other, you felt comfortable enough to invite her there. So, it had to been some type of connection in some type of way, form, or fashion, or what have you. And you're okay with, you know, leaving her there. It's an unsolved mystery. It's just, I mean, when when does your heart kick in? Like, come on, man. I mean, come on. Just to look in the mother and the father's face, I can only imagine, if you have any type of conscience, that would not have said, okay, look, this is what happened. Even if you knew that possibly you could get in trouble for that, you would have still came out and said something. It's only right. But because either way it go, as we know, FBI is on the case. So either way it go, you've made it worse for yourself by not coming forward, and as well as telling the lies. So fast forward, we've come to today. The latest that has happened here today is we find that now they're saying medical staffing or doctor did appear at the home to assist. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a quick second here. I'm going to go ahead and pull up that report real quick. That way we can kind of get into and see what they're saying about that. So just reading over just a couple of things. Um, So basically, what it says, information from the police report says Shanquella Robinson was unalive when medical help first arrived at the vacation home where she was staying with a group of people last month in Cabo, Mexico. The report differs from the details previously reported from 25-year-old Robertson's death certificate that said she was unalive within 15 minutes of being injured. Instead, a police report excerpt shows a doctor from a local hospital was with Robinson and others in the home for close to 3 hours before she was pronounced dead. Now I'm gonna stop and pause right there. Now that's a little odd to me, which I've heard different things in reference to that, but it's kind of odd to me that as a medical professional, which I kind of did my little research, that states that they do have like medical professionals that come to like resorts and things there in Mexico in the event that there is an emergency. Cool, great. 3 hours? I mean, at some point, it didn't dawn on you, okay, we need to get her over to a local hospital for more attention. You know, what we have here may not be working. We need to go ahead and get medical transportation, transport her to the nearest hospital. Now, again, I heard, which I, basically her father stated that one of them called and stated that they needed $4,000 for her to go to a hospital. Okay. Um, so in Mexico, if you don't have $4,000, you what? Nothing. I mean, I don't know. I know here in the states, someone in that state, you're gonna have to treat them until they're stable, and then maybe transfer them to, you know, I don't know, but you're gonna have to keep them and treat them. Whether they have the financial means or not. Um, so I couldn't understand that, but I'm also hearing allegedly that the friends were the ones that said they didn't want her to go to the hospital, which I don't understand. As again, as a medical staff, how can you allow them to make a medical decision such as that to where they say that when she need to go to an hospital? I mean, I don't understand. It's kind of crazy. It's weird. I'm not the conspiracy type people that kind of go along with they planned it. They all in it together. I don't do that. But it is kind of weird. Um, So then it goes on to say the Charlotte Observer obtained excerpts from the police report earlier this week that had not yet been publicly released. The information was provided to the Observer by Geraldo Zuniga, an investigative reporter who works on Los Cabos, and details were first reported by the Metroplex on Monday morning. Robinson is a Charlotte native who traveled to Cabo on October 28th. She died a day later, unalived, I'm sorry. Notably, the police information reported and provided from the Metroplex does not mention obvious signs of Robinson's physical injuries, which the family members have have um, stated existed on her body prior to her burial. So again, it's kind of weird that they failed to mention any of the injuries to her body. But yet, and still, her parents, when she got home, they clearly could see that. Since her unaliving, the FBI and the Mexican police authorities have launched investigations into how she was unalive. The lack of conclusive evidence and conflicting explanations have led to her story of going viral, invoking global outcry with countless people closely following Robinson's death. The hashtag Justice for Shanquella has been trending on Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok. The Charlotte Observer also stated um, that he has been unable to reach out to those who were with her on the trip. No arrests have been reported as of late of Monday. Robinson family became suspicious of her friends, claimed that she was unalive of alcohol poisoning when a Mexican autopsy report showed that her cause of death, or cause of unaliving, I'm sorry, was due to spinal cord injuries and atlas luxation. The Observer also attempted to reach Cabo police via email and social media message and did not receive a response. Also, the information from the police report shows that at 2:13 p.m. on October 29th, medical help was summoned to Villa Linda 32, a property run by the company Cabo Villas, located in San Jose del Cabo. Around an hour later, Dr. Beatrice of the American Medical Center, a local hospital, arrived to treat Robinson. According to the report excerpts, house calls to the vacation rentals for routine non emergency medical services are common in a tourist hub in Mexico. The Observer confirmed that American Medical Centers on Monday that the doctor, sorry, I refuse to chop up this man's name, is employed there. The hospital did not respond to the request for the medical and autopsy reports. It is unclear in the police report excerpts who called the medical help, but the reporting person is listed as Winter Donovan of Greensboro. Donovan is one of the 6 people identified by the family, friends, and media sources as the person Robinson was traveling with. Now, if we kind of stop and pause for a second, Winter is said to be in another video um, that allegedly was the one that grabbed her by her neck and slammed her to the ground, causing the back and neck injury that allegedly caused the unaliving. So she is said to be the one. Now, is there a video? We don't know, haven't seen it, so as of right now, it's just kind of speculation. But again, that's who they are saying. Donovan could not be reached to comment, and her phone number listed on the police excerpts have been disconnected. The police reports excerpt is in Spanish, according to the Charlotte Observer staff translation of the document, that the doctor says she was told Robinson had drunk a lot of alcohol and the medical call was for Robinson to be given an IV. The police record indicates that the doctor found a female understood in the report to be Robinson with stable vital signs but dehydrated, unable to communicate verbally, and appearing to be incoherent. The doctor reported that she believed Robinson needed to be transferred to the hospital, but her friends insisted that she be treated in the villa. The doctor attempted an IV but was unsuccessful. According to the report excerpts, it is unclear what medication was in the IV. Again, if you're the medical professional that they called, why would you? I don't know. Moving on. The information from the police says that the doctor was there for close to an hour when Robinson began having a seizure. The convulsions from the seizure lasted less than a minute, according to the reports. At this point, the parents' friends, named Winter Donovan, called 911 to request an ambulance. According to the Observer's Spanish to English translation of the report, this was around 4:20. In the meantime, the patient presented with difficulty breathing and lowered pulse, and they gave her rescue breaths. The doctor, along with a friend, began administering CPR at 4:49 when Dr. Detective Robertson had stopped having a pulse. Police arrived, talked to the doctor who was treating Robinson at 5:25. It's not clear from the information in the police report exactly what time the ambulance arrived from the 911 call. The report information indicates the paramedics administered a total of 14 rounds of CPR, 5 doses of adrenaline, and 6 discharges of AED shocks without success. Unable to revive Robinson, the doctor declared her unaliving at 5:57 p.m. according to excerpts. I thought the autopsy stated that the time of death was like 3:20. So confused. Also, I'm a little confused because during this time on October 29th, when her friend Nazir stated he got to Cabo late, which he got to Cabo a day after, which was October the 29th. He has shown pictures online of the time that he arrived, which appeared to have been around 12 ish Cabo time because he had a layover in Dallas. So he keeps hollering, I wasn't there. I wasn't there. When I got there, I seen that she was laying out and I was rubbing her head and listening to
Was
Jasmine
Summer Walker.
Sullivan. And,
Either way, why are you
telling
doing
her,
that? And
girl, we got to get up. We got
someone's
to do this. He
unresponsive.
was seen on social media taking pictures around 4 p.m. dancing around talking about Shanquella, wake up girl, we got a lot to do. But yet and still going back to the report says that Winter Donovan called 911 around 4:20. Very, very suspicious. It's very weird. It's very odd. Um so long story short, kind of moving forward with this, you can always go to the Charlotte, I'm sorry, it would be, yeah, the Charlotte Observer to read the remainder of that story. So again, it's just unclear. It's unclear. A lot of things are not making sense, because there's been so many stories, there's been so many different assumptions that I'm just hoping and praying that this does not interfere with the investigation that they have going on. Um, that's why I'm just hoping that all the content creators and everyone, we, kind of come together and we all do fact checking, researching before putting things out, because anything could throw this case all the way off and that family may never get justice. So come on, we got to do better. It's a shame that some people are using large platforms to try to diminish her name. I'm not going to even give you clout. C. Jordan. um, but it's a shame because regardless of whatever her past was, regardless of whatever, she did not deserve what happened. And I don't care what nobody says. I mean, I don't know. I don't even care at this point. The whole point of it is she didn't deserve this, and me being a parent, I don't even know if they could have walked in my house. And yeah, so it's just horrible. It's horrible, and even if the parents of these individuals encourage your child to come forward and tell their side, tell the truth, give this family peace and justice. That's all we ask. And basically, right now, that's it. That's all. Again, I want to shout out to North Carolina Beats. Thank you so, so much for allowing me to, you know, share your factual information. Because, again, like I said, he is in close contact with the family. So, a lot of his information is on point. Go and follow him on Facebook, Instagram, as well as YouTube for the latest and the greatest. Again, my heart goes out to her family and her friends. We're going to keep her name alive. Everyone, with every post, hashtag Shanquella Robinson. She deserves it. She needs it. Until the next time, I will holler at you later. Again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And also leave me a comment. If it's any stories that you would like to get out, if it's something else that you may have heard that I didn't hear, email me. It's going to be down in the description. Also, turn up on your notification button so the next time that I upload a video in reference to Shanquella Robinson, as well as anything hot topics are going on here in the media, you'll be the first to get that information. Again, thank you. Stay lit, stay blessed, and again, justice for Shanquella Robinson.